All right, everybody. Chapter 2. Welcome back to JoJo Overdrive.
We're here.
This was a very, very sus, as Jodio would say, chapter.
Yes.
I was flabbergasted by the reveal at the end. I guess we have to just talk about that reveal first, honestly.
Yeah.
We know what all you guys want, but first I'm just gonna mention real quick that I originally asked for questions for a mailbag, but I have a feeling we're gonna go a little long today, so we're actually gonna do the mailbag in a separate video, probably a week or two from now. So if we're still looking for questions for it, so just keep asking them. It's in the community page of the YouTube channel.
Yeah, you should see it. It has the big funny image of Jodio with the smile edit. It's very it's very easy to spot. So just keep putting your questions there, and we'll do a whole video answering your guys' questions. But anyways, that's not what everyone is thinking about right now, okay? That is not the focus. We gotta skip ahead, all right? To the very
massive
last
character
panel.
reveal, the undercover DEA agent.
Yes! Oh, everyone's favorite. Oh. And also Kashibe Rohan, but like,
yeah.
What is he doing here? What are you doing here? What, where do we even begin to start? He's gone insane. He's going bananas, as some people might say. Where do we start? I mean, okay, so we're both kind of in agreement that this is like probably not original Universe Rohan, despite the fact he looks identical. Even
though I don't think it's like close. I legitimately think it's like 1% tip on the side of him being the new Universe Rohan, but the fact that they zoom in on the earrings and he looks identical.
He does.
Is what's making me.
It's literally identical to the freaking previous Thus Spoke Kashiba Rohan chapter with whatever he was doing in that chapter.
The COVID one.
Literally, the COVID one was the last one, I think. Yeah.
And I've heard theories. Environmental one, and then COVID. But I've heard theories that the COVID one and the environmental one take place in the Steel Ball Run verse because the ages are like all different. And like I could believe that, but it's just like crazy that.
He literally looks the exact
the same.
It gives so much emphasis on his design details, like the pen tip earrings or whatever.
Yeah.
That it's so specific. Like no other character looks exactly identical. Like Diego he looks similar to Dio if you compare like modern Dio drawings, but like the outfit's all different. And the
outfit's different, backstory's different. This guy, he literally is exactly the same.
Looks exactly just like Rohan, which I just theorize that Araki is such a Rohan nerd that he just wanted to draw all Universe Rohan the exact same way he does.
Maybe. And it's pretty interesting that literally in an interview back in December, he was saying how he wanted Rohan to like travel to America. Clearly he already had this written out and he was just being cheeky in the interview. Yeah. So I find it funny that he does that. And all of us were thinking, oh yeah, that'll be in like a Rohan one shot in like years or whatever. But no, we get it now. And then, of course, the other interview from around 10 years ago, I think, at this point, maybe a little less, where he said, I don't have any plans for Rohan 100% in JOJOLands. So it's like, but to me, the interview also reads as like, I don't have any plans for him. I have plans for another mangaka, but I guess he
also we're forgetting the 10 years ago part where
exactly.
Like, I don't have
anything can change in 10 years.
10 years ago, he did not have any plans. Then he does have plans.
But I just find it interesting in the interview how he's like concrete. No, it sounds like a hard no, but I guess
this whole shock is going to be over the moment we discover what his deal is, okay? But like
so
right
his
now,
stand, if it's not Heaven's Door, also that instantly.
Like this would not have been such a shocking moment if it was like if it looks like a completely different character and Jodio was like that guy's name is Kashibe Rohan. And we've been like, wow, that's cool. It's the alt universe counterpart, but it's him. It looks like part 4, part 8, Rohan. That's what it looks like.
It does. It really does. And I don't think the age is really a relevant thing because he just draws all characters. He draws Rohan at the same age. It doesn't matter.
Also, again, have you seen Araki, the not self-insert character? He looks the same as he does like 20 years ago when the time skip would be at this point for Rohan. But yeah, what do we? I assume once we see Heaven's Door, if it's Heaven's Door, then I'm gonna start getting suspicious. But I don't know how he could possibly be original universe Rohan. That just feels like something he wouldn't do. It just, but there he is. It's crazy. This is either gonna age very, very poorly or very well, because like all of these discussions are kind of like focused on, is this original universe Rohan, which is going to be dispelled in like 1 second.
Hopefully next chapter.
Hopefully next chapter. Yeah.
I really don't need this to be a long running thing of us not knowing.
Yeah, I really don't want I don't want another flashback, man. I don't need flashback Rohan here. That would be unfortunate. It does make sense though, if Rohan had Heaven's Door, how they would be unable to beat something like that. Like they said last chapter, how 4 people would never be enough to be successful. Heaven's Door is pretty busted, so it would make sense if he had it
Easily,
and it would continue.
Them, yeah.
It would continue the original universe retrains of the stands, like the world and such. So it does make complete sense, but I can't believe that this guy, the Hirohiko Araki, would he has the balls to just drop a bunch of Rohan chapters, be like, okay, I'm done with this, and then immediately
like,
he's back. Here he is. Like 2 chapters later. Like, this isn't like a chapter 15 reveal or something. This is chapter 2.
Also, Rohan has not appeared in the flesh literally since part 4 in the main series. That's crazy. Literally in the 90s. Yeah. In early 90s, he hasn't showed up.
Also, I think it's really interesting how this part to me feels like it's written a lot more with kind of like a hype cycle in mind. Like the beginning of JOJOLands wasn't written with these like intense cliffhangers at the end of each or whatever. They were more of just building up its own story instead of like,
not until like Hero was there.
Yeah, it's more this feels more like Araki knows people are going to be talking about this on the internet, and so he wants to create these like, ooh, what's this gonna be, instead of like a regular mystery. It's more like it's more geared to actually like build anticipation. It's very different, and I'm enjoying it a lot. We got I can't believe, what is next chapter gonna even be like? I can't even begin.
Probably just them fighting Rohan. I mean, even literally in the interview, he said, like how he what's it called? Let me pull it up real quick for the he was saying how he wants Rohan to travel to a place he's never been before, like the Americas, and he says he literally wants to fight. He wants to draw a game-like fight against the people who live there, similar to Rock Paper Scissors Kid. How much more direct? He literally is telling us what I'm shocked more people didn't pick up on that. Yeah, because he clearly had already had it written out by then.
And we have 3 mostly non-combat oriented stands of Smooth Operators, The Hustle, and the new one. What's it called? Kudasai something. Mate Kudasai. Yeah. Mate
Kudasai. A King Crimson song, by the way.
Yeah,
which I'm counting for my bingo card for King Crimson.
Yes. So if you want to go check our Part 9 bingo card, that's also in the community tab. So
it will be by the time this is uploaded. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can see the old one. They could just like fill it out in their heads. But anyways, I'll start talking about Mate Kudasai because I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Very, very, like, it has the potential to be very, very powerful, is what it seems.
It's so interesting that all of the stanzas parts are like small, like non-punch ghost, like very specific uses.
Okay,
like,
well, not small. November Rain is no way.
No, but all of the rest of them. That's what I meant. Yeah, but November Rain's not a punch ghost.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah. Just they're like humanoid, basically. They're all non-humanoid. Yeah. We got 2 little small guys. We got one that's just it's his muscles, and then November Rain, while still it has like the humanoid head or whatever, everything else is complete. It's nothing like anything we've ever seen for a main character stand. So I'm liking this new stand direction. Of course, if we're gonna see Heaven's Door, we're about to break that chain. So don't hold your breath. But what What if he doesn't have Heaven's Door then? What do we do?
And he's just a new universe, and Araki wanted to do the same design. If he has Heaven's Door though, I'm gonna get like actually suspicious that he's the original universe Rohan.
Yeah,
somehow here.
I was so confident he would never do anything like that. I was so incredibly confident.
I know. We were both look back at our part 9 predictions. We're like, he's never gonna do original universe stuff again. I think it might have literally been it was in the same interview as the other one about Rohan not showing up in JOJOLion. He also says, oh yeah, I would never do something like Eyes of Heaven, but it's cool for a video game. But maybe later he was like, maybe if this is my last part, I want to kind of figure out somehow to do this. But I still do not see him being like, all JoJo's assemble against Ultra
We
Uber
say that, but Rohan is here. He's right there.
I know.
He's right there.
I don't know.
That was a wild.
Once Jotaro shows up, we'll see.
That was wild. That was literally.
Yeah.
I saw Rohan swimming in the pool or whatever, and you don't see his face or whatever. And for a second, I'm like, that looks like he's got like dark hair. Of course, it's like green in the anime or whatever. But like in the manga, it just looks black.
In the manga, it's always black. Yeah.
So, so I'm like, that looks like it could be Josuke's hair without the hat, because you've never seen that before. That would be a fun reveal. And then I turn the page and it's original universe Rohan design. I'm like, what is happening here? No, what, man? How is this guy not his favorite character? He keeps on saying it's like not. He said last time Shigeshi or something, or like Josuke.
That was like a long time ago. That was literally during part 5. So
years ago.
Maybe now I honestly believe, I don't think Rohan is a self-insert. I think it's just a way for him to express himself in different ways, because he's said before when they've interviewed him and been like, I don't act like Rohan. I think it's more
what
like...
What if that's a cover-up and he doesn't want to admit that
I don't
he
know.
likes spiders?
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he does. But I think it's just funny that he gets to express himself of how he feels.
That's true.
Through Rohan, even if he isn't a direct self-insert of him acting just like it.
Yeah. What do you think he's doing with the diamond? Is he just do you think there's any other like reason for it that we're not aware of? Like,
I have no clue about the diamond.
Crazy diamonds or something like that. Something crazy like that, or crazy? Or do you think it's literally just because he's a rich dude and he likes having rich things because that's his personality? It could go either way, honestly.
I think it literally could be something so specific where, knowing Rohan, he's like, especially if we're getting the Arakiisms, where he's like, oh yeah, I brought this super expensive diamond here because for my story, I wanted to see what a diamond would look like in this exact location in Hawaii.
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
Like
you know what I mean?
The sunlight here in Hawaii, I hear, is different in parentheses or whatever.
Like I'm writing Pink Dark Boy Part 9.
Yeah.
And I need exactly. He's gonna say, I'm writing Pink Dark Boy Part 9, and in this story I have a mangaka bringing a diamond to an island, and then they get robbed, and then it's just an infinite loop.
What level of meta are we going to here? Because Jodio is a big weeb, apparently, is what we're figuring out, or whatever. He's
clearly. Also, I find it funny that, like, I probably couldn't. I would be able to pick a Rocky out of a lineup, obviously, because he's infamous for like not aging and stuff. But basically every other manga author, like, they do a lot to hide their face. Like, I couldn't get Fujimoto out of a lineup at all. Yeah. I would not know what he looks like because there's like maybe like a few pictures of him on the internet. But
there's that one video of him where he says, "I'm going to proceed to levitate," and then he jumps in the air and falls, and that's the funniest. Like the only clip I've ever seen of him on the entire internet. But,
like Toriyama maybe, but like the fact that we're establishing Rohan
hides himself. Most mangaka don't use their like faces for anything.
Yeah, face like ever, but still, like I'm saying, like as a Dragon Ball fan, I'd be able to know like what he looks like.
I know, I've seen the pictures before. Yes.
But so that it means he's like super famous on the level of like Pink Dark Boy's like a Dragon Ball or Naruto, One Piece.
Yeah, he's one. I want to know the big. He's one of the big three. The Steel Ball Run universe. Pink Dark Boy and what else?
It's Pink Dark Boy, Gorgeous Irene, and Cool Shock BT.
Shut up. And then Boruto is just Old Shock BT.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. It's crazy. And yeah, like I said before, the circle zooming in on the earrings, it's telling me that. Like, why else would that be there?
Because it is such an important, significant design choice from the original universe that it's either there just because he wanted to draw it close up, like he wanted to draw a close-up pen tip or whatever because he likes doing stuff like that and is like, I love this design, I'm gonna reuse it because I don't think
I feel like even if he would have reused design though, he would have changed the earrings and then been like, that's how you know it's a different Rohan. But if this is original universe Rohan, how do you think he got here? Do you think Heaven's Door could have gotten an upgrade?
What if like somehow we got Heaven's Door Requiem or something stupid and crazy like that? Because we don't know anything that happened. Okay, now that we have the possibility that the recent like 2 Rohan chapters could be in this universe and there's no evidence to say otherwise, we could say that like something happened in between that time that he just didn't mention, like he got a Requiem upgrade or something like that. And
also we know that Requiem can be initiated and reversed. So like even then it doesn't.
Then seeing Heaven's Door doesn't mean that much, because we saw Heaven's Door in the last chapter of Rohan, I believe.
Yes, we did.
Okay, yeah. But like it could have made it so that Heaven's Door has like meta powers or whatever and is able to access
could Heaven's Door literally like could Rohan literally write in his face like I exist in every reality the same way?
Yeah. You're saying Rohan's becoming Kang, am I right?
Yes.
Yes, we love Marvel. When are we getting the I need the Avengers Endgame scene with the portals.
With all of the JoJos
assemble. Yeah, exactly.
And Jotaro says, Joestars assemble.
As if that wouldn't go insanely
And then everyone
hard.
clapped. and then everyone clapped and it made $10 trillion at the box
first
office.
manga to make $10 trillion.
No, but Joshu has to be there at least.
Yes. Okay, I'm just saying, this is Joshu cosplaying as Rohan, and we don't have any proof that it isn't.
No,
his arm
this is
could be like a new arm. I'm just.
This
saying.
is oh my god, how am I forgetting his name? Jobin's son.
Tsurugi.
Tsurugi. This is Tsurugi when he's older.
Oh my god.
Rohan is his pseudonym. Rohan is his manga pseudonym. And he uses Paper Moon King.
That is not impossible. That is genuinely. I'm just
genuinely.
Oh my no. Oh no. Oh,
it's Tsurugi grown up.
When he goes into like the rock disease, it looks like he's turning into paper. Like, you know, Heaven's Door makes things into paper. Yeah, and his ability is Paper Moon King. That's not the worst.
Let me cook.
There's a genuine like I'm gonna give that a good like 2%. That's a good 2% there, which is more than like most things. More than I thought that would be. That's true. It could be a pen name. That's true. It could be a pen name.
It's a pen name. I mean, we literally just found out recently that Araki uses a pen name for his first name.
Yeah, so it would make sense.
Isn't that kind of interesting, though?
That's crazy. That's
Crazy Diamond.
That would be I don't know how to feel about that. I'm not sure.
Like, it can't be Mitsuba's second child because he would only be like 18. Well, we're assuming this takes place 2023. So
yeah, because that would make the most sense. But we technically don't have confirmation that this isn't 2030 and it's just whatever. But Araki, I feel like, wouldn't make an unnecessary like small time jump forward like that. This will age very well once it's revealed this is 2050.
Actually, what this is all a ploy for Araki to lead up until the inevitable JoJo Fortnite crossover.
Oh my god.
And basically what he's doing is he's establishing the multiverse, and then the entire chapter is just going to be a promo chapter. Just see in like 2 months.
What if the JoJoLands is a 10 chapter long thing that sets up the multiverse and then part 10 comes out and is completely different?
Well, I'm just saying it's called the JoJoLands, like multiple JoJos.
We've been saying this from the start, though. That name, though, the JoJoLands feels significant, even though JoJolion didn't have that much to do with it. But the JoJoLands feels so like it feels like that feels like a finale name, right? That's like, oh
yeah.
Get all
I mean, Josuke is gonna show up. That's like I can't imagine he doesn't.
Obviously, this was supposed to be the Josuke bait.
This is only chapter 2 though, so I'm not worried. Obviously, I'm not worried, but He'll show up eventually. This was the Josuke bait, and then I find it funny that the first page of the first chapter is literally him. It says a certain mangaka underneath the stand thing, and clearly he was talking about Rohan now. Well, I thought it was just a Rocky.
Yeah, but obviously he was talking about Rohan, which I think is, because of that specific quote at the beginning, I'm thinking Rohan has a chance of becoming part of the main core cast, and that's kind of crazy, actually.
Would be cool.
That'd be genuinely insane.
I also I know he's supposed to be like famous in this, but it's so interesting that he's never mentioned in part 8 ever. Like there isn't even a thing like, oh, there's a famous manga author that also lives in Morio or something.
To be fair, they were kind of busy at the time. They were
busy, but there were parts of the story where I feel like it could have been mentioned or something. I don't know. Like that's what makes me think that he like almost transferred over into this universe after part 8, and then he was able to get rich and well known super fast because he was able to just literally write Pink Dark Boy or whatever.
That's fair. That's fair. We don't even know if it's Pink Dark Boy in this universe. It would be.
I'm just assuming.
I need all universe Pink Dark Boy. I need it. You don't understand.
And obviously, if it's Heaven's Door, then it's Pink Dark Boy because it's the same
they look
design.
The same. Yeah, we get all that information from the last 4 pages of the chapter. This is a 40-page chapter, folks. Wow.
Crazy. I mean, 50-page with double spreads.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right. Araki is just pumping it out, man. This guy's crazy.
Way longer than JOJOLian.
Yeah, JOJOLian's chapters were shorter than this. Mostly. Sometimes they were longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna pause the Rohan for now because I'm sure we'll have plenty more. But I'm gonna.
So we can loop back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning, just so we get past everything. We got the Breaking Bad segment or whatever.
I know, literally he had to have been watching it.
It is the same exact thing. It's the same thing that happened in Breaking Bad.
Also, Jodio's playing on a Switch in the beginning. That's what I just find pretty funny.
Or it's a really big phone, but that doesn't look right.
I don't think so. It has the exact same spots for the power on button, and stuff like that.
The LNR buttons. I think I see like little black nudges there, which is how fun. So we get this kind of. It's a bit derivative of what we've already seen before.
Yeah, I know. I was like kind of surprised he decided to add this in. I guess these cops are starting to become more like reoccurring than I thought.
I guess yeah. I think what this is trying to do is trying to show that this is in fact a small island.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Morio worked, where we're gonna see these people again or whatever. These aren't just. I think he's kind of establishing that the cops you see in the first chapter aren't just gonna magically go away or whatever. They're not just gonna be out of the story suddenly. They're still there, and they still know them. So they're still gonna be a problem. So I think that's just what this is setting up, is that you can't just get rid of a problem just by dealing with it once and then just like doing nothing else. This doesn't give us. We get another good look at November Rain, but we don't get really any more information about it. It might genuinely just be the rain presses down hard a lot. It might just be that's it. We thought there might be more to it, but
it seems kind of just weird that he replayed this exact thing and then doesn't tell us like basically anything more about November Rain.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how this is gonna work. We haven't seen November Rain in a stand fight yet, which I'm sure we will next chapter, but I'm not sure how this is gonna work. It's just like an area of effect where rain hurts you. That doesn't. I'm sure Araki is plenty creative enough in order to think of something like that, but it's much less obvious than like Soft and Wet's bubbles or Tusk's bullets or whatever. It's just the rain hurts. But I'm sure something cool can be done with it. I'm absolutely confident. I'm not sure of at this point. It just seems pretty simple.
God, I love how stupid all the main characters are in this. It's so refreshing because JOJOLian, it's like everyone's insanely smart in JOJOLian and everyone is like instantly able to solve problems. Like even Josuke. In this, I just love Jodio being like actually stupid. He's 15. Every 15-year-old is dumb, you know, in some way.
He's a dumb child.
So I just find it funny that he just fully like at first he's smart and he's like, no, I don't trust you, I'm not selling, and then he's like, actually wait, I'm gonna still sell it to you.
No. Yeah, it's got a little haggling going on here. Also, no, the freaking cop lady or whatever pulls the exact same thing that the guy from Breaking Bad does, where he's like,
and it's in a park too. I guarantee you, he watched Breaking Bad and copied it over. Yeah,
where she's like, if I'm a cop, I have to say yes, I am a cop if you ask me, which is the exact same thing.
It's the exact same line, yeah. And they're gonna do alt universe Jolene's lawyer as Saul Goodman.
Yes. Oh my god.
What else here? I find it interesting how Meryl McHugh is like telling them to like extend to other people and stuff.
Yeah.
Like their operation's like a little bigger than I thought it was originally.
Yeah. They're going on this college campus or whatever now. That's what's happening. Before it would seem like just isolated to the school or whatever, but now they're actually becoming Los Pollos Hermanos. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it is real. Cool double page spreads of November Rain, stuff like that. And then we go back to something new. We go back to Jodio's Patrick Bateman grind set.
I know. He's a psychopath.
He's a confirmed psychopath.
Okay, this is like even more, especially because I've been rereading part 1 for like to prepare for the retrospective we're gonna do. And like this literally is Dio. Like Dio is a psychopath and he wants money, and it's like the exact same stuff as Dio in part 1. So I find that fascinating. And then obviously Dio's never diagnosed.
He's pretty close.
Like,
he's pretty close in age to beginning Dio. Yeah.
Yeah, very close.
Dio is like what, 13, 12, something ridiculously
13,
young.
Yeah.
So there's a pretty clear connection here, and come on, his name is Jodio. Come on,
yeah.
I can't get rid of that in my head. There's got to be the dad's.
Now I'm like, dude, if Rohan can come from the original universe, what? Dio's just his dad or something. Like crazy.
No. Okay, we have to calm down. We are now entertaining the idea that original universe Dio is going to what if?
I don't know.
Original universe Dio, when he got like disintegrated, that was actually the visual effect of him being transferred into the
Shut up! No!
And part 3 Dio is gonna regenerate and show up here, and that's his dad.
No, it was D4C taking Dio out.
Yeah.
Of the part 3. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
See what you've made us do, Araki. See what you've pushed us to.
I like how we literally had the insane JoJoLands theory video, and we were like, oh, that's the most crackhead stuff we're gonna have.
We can't make an insane JoJoLands theories video for this, because all of the theories are now insane JoJoLands theories. It's too much. This is too much. As Jodio says, it makes me want to lose my mind, as he says. Or in other translations, I'm about to lose my shit.
Yeah.
Which I thought was the funniest one.
I like the little moment where Paco's like, oh, I like Jodio's reign. I'm starting to like the guy.
It's like, hey, this guy's actually pretty cool. He can harass cops. That's fantastic. I want to see more Paco. His design's still my favorite.
Paco's good, yeah.
But I want to see a bit more from him. He doesn't do much so far, but I guarantee he's gonna do more.
I think the panel of him saying, "Could someone like me ever be happy?" is going to be referenced later.
Yeah, that feels like a callback moment.
Either in a moment where he's like in the lowest part, like I'll never be happy or something, or at the very, very end, and he will be happy.
Also, every single translation I've seen has translated that panel almost exactly the same, which kind of means to me it's pretty like a concise. It's not like just a vague kind of statement he's making. It's like a very concise thing. Yeah, that
man, dude. Yeah. The backgrounds in this chapter are so good.
Crazy. My man's totally went to Hawaii. He literally is Rohan at the villa, bro. That's literally what happened. There's no way he didn't.
I love the slight alteration to Frank. We have to say this one more time. Frank to Overdrive.
Farewell, filthy Frank to Overdrive. Pink guy, hot dog guy. I'm so farewell. You are now forever Usagi.
Usagi.
And the curse is lifted.
But his design's even better here with the little beret.
The beret adds so much. You have no idea.
It does.
I liked the original like skin suit or whatever, but the beret it makes it peak. It was almost peak before, now it's actually peak.
And like we said, they just fly over to the island. I was pretty confident that's what they were gonna do, and they weren't gonna take a whole chapter.
We got a Tower of Grey, alternate Tower of Grey up in here on the plane. Yeah. No, they make it over and they fly over, and there's no issues. I like the tiny little gag where Usagi makes them the split the check for the car, but
$30 per person,
yeah,
4 ways.
but
Yeah.
he doesn't pay anything.
Yeah.
So that's a good. I like that gag.
I also love the part where Paco's like, that guy's got a drug problem.
It's like he sees him be like happy and nice, and he's like, "Yeah, that guy's an addict." And it's like,
I was a little worried
like
in the first chapter that Paco was gonna be a little too boring, but this has been like
he's got charm.
confirmed to me. He's good. Yeah.
I like the part we previously mentioned where he's like, "I like this kid's reign. I think I can work with this guy," and now he's just
especially because he's like the oldest of the group too.
Yeah,
you feel it.
Yeah,
you totally feel the different ages of it.
It's like the I can't believe the Emporio connections are continuing. He's got the hat, and now he's the one driving the car. I know.
It's because he's all not even all universe. He's original universe Emporio now.
Older Emporio.
And then he's gonna go to Rohan and be like, "I've met you before when I was in the Speedwagon Foundation."
Do you know Jotaro?
Yeah.
I'm here to hunt Dio.
I just love how he indulges himself, and I've been to Hawaii, so I know this looks exactly like how when you're driving through on the not the main cities, like he got it perfect here.
Looks great. Yeah, this spread here of them sitting in the car like that one Final Fantasy game that I don't remember which number.
Yes, Final Fantasy 14.
14 is the one.
I believe 415.
Actually, I think it's 15. No, I think about it because the next one's 16, isn't it? And I think it's 14's the online one, I think. Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15, yes, where they're all in the car.
Yes. Sorry, Final Fantasy fans out there. I'm sorry I have not played your game.
I've not played it.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. It's all cool.
Yeah, I like I assume he has a lot of assistants obviously helping him with this, but it's just crazy that even he gets these out monthly, which is crazy. The leaves and everything, it looks just so good.
Looks very nice.
I love their dynamic already. I think 4-person group is like a perfect size.
That's great. Yeah. We've been doing with 2 and kind of 3 at the end of JOJOLand. We get Mamazuku tacked on, but they split up pretty quickly. Like they're not a group of 3 like after Urban Gorilla, basically. They're there for that. But actually getting 4 people together, it reminds this feels classic. This feels like some good Golden Win interactions. This is nice. What other information?
I do like how they like lead into being Rohan by being like he just stays in his house even though the weather's awesome.
Like he's some recluse or whatever. Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah, we get just like slightly more information about what the house looks like and everything, and like we get the floor plan and everything because of course we have to know the floor plan. And we get like, unless some stupid thing happens, Jodio is basically confirming it's just him in the house, so we're not gonna get any surprises, it seems like.
I don't think there's gonna, but to be fair, he does do the thing where he says unless they have a surprise visitor, and he could have a surprise visitor. So who knows?
Who even?
But I think it's just Rohan alone.
And then Usagi gives everyone nicknames or whatever, or we'll just 2 of them. We get blue and pink are the kind of. This could either be
Usagi be pink.
I know it would have completely fulfilled the Filthy Frank prophecy, but unfortunately.
You're writing a letter to Araki saying, "Can you please retcon this in the volume releases?"
Yeah, please. But it seems like until we get any further confirmation, unless Usagi is just insane, which I mean, to be fair, it seems like the colors of their outfits are blue and pink respectively. So that's nice to have some sort of semi-confirmation. Would be nice to hear someone say if Jodio's hair was blonde or not, because we get that super early on for Giorno. And that's like a big thing because he's connected to Dio.
His hair changes from black to blonde.
So it would be nice to eventually get someone to say it instead of just seeing that his hair is.
It's either gray or blonde.
Some sort of silver. Yeah, exactly. I think the color palette for the cover of the first one was like perfect. That's fantastic. I love.
I know.
The color palette. But the color palettes for the first volumes are like never their canon colors like ever that they used later in the colored versions, so we'll see. What else do we get? Okay, now we get the formal introduction of Mate Kudasai. Which is, I think it's super interesting how he has to be with someone else to use it. I think it's very
like
cool
he needs
how
someone else. That feels like
say they
something
want
later,
something.
where if he got an upgrade for it, he could totally be a villain and be able to summon literally anything he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something that I only saw in the in the dog park translation, that he specifically says the object has to exist already, like with him. It copies something else. It's not, it creates something completely new. Which I didn't see that in anyone else's, which I don't know if that's wrong, or I don't know if
like could someone be like, I want another Usagi, and then the stand can turn into another Usagi?
Maybe. I think I with the Rocky's way of writing stands, I say yes. I say absolutely. I say there's no reason as to why it can't.
This kind of feels like a play on like the deep fake stuff with how his face is all different.
Oh yeah, that's true. His face is
I feel like that's where you could have got inspiration from it.
I believe, looking at the right camera, left camera, I believe the gag here is that the left camera makes him look less ugly. I believe is the if you look at it, that's funny. What a guy. Yeah, but even something like the fact that the camera isn't recording actual footage, it's recording like fake. It's like recording fake footage, which is not something the original camera does. It's recording its own footage or whatever.
The right camera is the fake camera.
Yeah, the left one is. You can see it. Wait, really?
No, it isn't.
Is it? No.
Look at you don't. This is like where's all the. There's the differences.
No, it's the left.
Right? No, it isn't. He has the collar. See, he has the collar in the left one. Well, that's why the left camera's him.
That's true.
So he's making himself look uglier.
Oh,
it's
it's left right from, I guess, their perspective.
Yes,
because exactly. From the reader's perspective. Okay. Yep. I was thinking from the perspective of the cameras, because it's very obvious that the left one.
Yeah, but if you look,
never mind.
If you look at the left camera is his actual design.
Never mind. It makes him, the camera makes him uglier, which is also funny.
Yeah.
I didn't not even notice the little the like necklace thing. I just noticed like the eyes and like the face was a bit different. That's all I noticed. Oh yeah, the hat's a bit different too. Barely though. Do we think there is any significance towards it being a King Crimson reference? Because King Crimson's a big thing in Part 5, and there hasn't been a King Crimson reference since Part 5.
He kind of reminds me of Doppio.
Yeah, he gives off very Doppio vibes, very like childish. I mean, he is a literal child, but like
he's also like pretty nice. Like Doppio is like relatively
Doppio's a nice guy. Like
gangster.
In his first introductions and stuff, he's a pretty cheerful dude. He's just walking around and getting his fortune told or whatever, and he's nice, and he saves he like saves a insect or something like that. I'm just saying there could be some connection there. It could absolutely mean absolutely nothing. Totally. But I just think that having the first King Crimson reference since King Crimson and Epitaph is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's definitely cool. And
then of course we get the first hints where we're like, you're looking at him in the pool and you're like, who is this guy?
Who's this guy? And then you see Jodio mention that he knows him or whatever, which is freaking crazy. Imagine, I wish I was robbing a place, and I don't actually wish that. I don't. Federal agents, I don't want to rob a place. But if I was, I wish I was going there, and then suddenly it's freaking it's Akira Toriyama just swimming in a pool. I'm like, what is he doing here? That'd be actually insane. It's so many. I've never had so many questions raised in one page before in my lifetime.
Insane.
This is actually insane.
He knows what he's doing here with this original design, it here.
No way he doesn't know what he's doing. It has to be. This is the only character whose counterpart looks like exactly the same. You could argue maybe Stroheim is just a freaking art style change, but even then they do look like different enough.
They also have different names too for Stroheim.
Yeah, Stroheim isn't the exact name, and Avdol.
And Avdol.
Also,
it's Ermed Avdol.
Avdol. Yeah, it's not the exact, but this is the exact same. I'll put my final theory down here is literally just he wanted to draw Alt Universe Rohan the exact same way because he loves the original design so much and he can't stop drawing him that he did that. And the reason why it focuses in on the little pen tip thing is because he wanted to draw the pen tip in close up instead of on with like the very basic far away design. That is literally it. That's what I think is happening here. That's what I'm not sure what. Okay, I would not like it to be original universe Rohan if it was handled poorly. If there was not some sort of, I need a really big explanation for it.
I need a good explanation. Yeah.
I need to be also significantly involved with the plot. I can't just have it randomly be, oh, Rohan is here now and here's an explanation as to why.
If this is original, if this is an original universe Rohan, I could see the next chapter literally being majority just explaining how he's here.
That would be nice. I didn't even think
literally starting off
flashback. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Starting off and being like, "How did Rohan get here?" And it shows like him and Mario in original universe.
We get a little narration panel saying, "We recognize this manga artist, but how could he possibly be here?"
Yeah. And maybe it literally can be something as simple as he gets sent here because he fights a different stand user that has the ability that maybe he uncontrollably can send people to different universes, or even if it's something like a Vanilla Ice scenario where you get sent somewhere and like they don't know where it is, but really it's just another universe.
Yeah, imagine if we get
Okiyasu like trips and uses the hand on him and he gets sent to.
That's not impossible. It's Okiyasu. That is absolutely not impossible.
I know.
That'd
be kind of funny.
Imagine if we get Avdol back without arms and Vanilla Ice.
Oh my god.
To this universe and Avdol is here. That would be.
I'll go hard.
And also we get Polnareff's fingers, but that's less important. Polnareff named finger even Breaking Bad. Oh my god.
He already is influenced by Breaking Bad.
That's true. We can see it here. We'll soon be on the meth arc or whatever. This is okay. Are we still are they going to successfully take the diamond but with heavy damage taken to themselves, or are they going to just fail completely? Are we thinking?
They're gonna fail completely, for sure.
Sounds like.
Evan Zor can literally just write in all of them like, "Do not take the diamond."
Yeah, that's true. It's not gonna be that simple, of course. I think because it really sounds like a struggle. It really does. It would be wild if the first stand fight. It seems like it's gonna be. It's gonna be Heaven's Door. Well, okay, no, we don't know if it's Heaven's Door. Is what I'm saying. It would be wild if the first stand fight is against Heaven's Door. That would be absolutely crazy. Every other first fight is.
How funny would it be if the next chapter is called like We Go to the Manga Manga Artists 2 or something?
Oh my!
Manga Artist House 2.
Like the original. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're doing. This could go so many number of ways. It's insane. How does Araki do it? How does he keep doing it? I thought that we wouldn't have that much to say about this new chapter or whatever. I thought it was gonna be like Joshu, and then Joshu would be like, wow, it's Joshu. Man, what a shocker. Good to see everything new that's happened to him. And then that would be the end of it. But no, now we have to question whether or not we're doing a multiverse story, which will get answered in either the next chapter or
never,
and we'll never get an answer, and you'll just have to assume something. Which
the main thing is, I'm like, if he really wanted another manga artist in here, I know he likes Rohan, but why wouldn't he just do a different manga artist?
Because he wants to draw Rohan.
He likes Rohan that much.
Yes, that's why he.
When's Shigechi coming? I'm just surprised that he's had all these other characters that you think he would have got attached to, like Jotaro or something. The
Rohan
right?
favoritism is never ending. It will never. The allegations will never end. It's crazy.
This is also they can have more material for the TV drama.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, he tries to. And they just kind of change it so that he just gets robbed by some random people or whatever, and they actually they could do that totally. It's what Rohan gets. It's so because Rohan in the original universe, Rohan has now shown up in equal amounts of shown up physically in the equal amounts of parts in the new universe as in the original universe.
Yeah,
he shows up just in part 4 and is mentioned in 5 and 6. but what it's and he gets so much attention. It's crazy. This would be like, imagine if freaking Arabia Fats got like a spin-off and a live action TV show.
Maybe not like Arabia Fats, but it's
okay,
more
that's
like
fair. That's fair.
It's like Narancha. You know, it's like that level of relevance to the part.
That's yeah. Like yeah. But even then, Narancha was never like a villain. Narancha was never like a minor antagonist at any point, and Rohan was at one point.
Yeah,
so I'm talking more about
He's getting a movie. He's literally getting a movie in 3 months.
Oh, that's right. Okay, Rohan now has his appearance in part 4. He has his spin-off manga series that has been running for like years, literal like decades at this point. Yeah. He has his anime adaptation of that manga. He has the live action adaptation of the manga, and he gets the light novels and then the live action adaptations of some of those light novels. He then is getting a live action feature film, which has only happened for just part 4.
I also have to mention that Rohan Goes to the Louvre is set in a different universe from the original universe, so it could be this.
A completely separate continuity. Stop! No, Rohan Goes to the Louvre live action is not connected to.
No, not the live action. The original Rohan Goes to the Louvre manga has him get Heaven's Door at a different age and in a different way. So what they can say is they can tie it in and say he got Heaven's Door at that age with the wall eyes or something.
I cannot fathom. I don't know. Actually, having this conversation.
I don't know.
Right now.
I know. We were not thinking this at all. We were like, it's a Higashikata. That's it.
This was the biggest like mind blow that was possible for this.
The thing is, I think we mentioned in the chapter 1 review that we said alt universe Rohan. I think we did. As like an actual possibility.
We mentioned alt universe Rohan, but yeah, original universe Rohan
not original universe.
Never on the table, and now it is on the table, and that's just wild. That is insane. This whole discussion is going to be meaningless in next chapter if it just gets revealed that nothing's different. But at the same time, if he was from the original universe, I see no reason as to why he would mention it next chapter. I see absolutely no reason to. Why would he mention, oh, I'm from a different universe to random teenagers robbing his house?
That's why the way they do it is he's going to fourth wall break and then show how he got here.
Yeah,
or if it is somehow relevant to the whole, it is a multiverse story. And just
it has to. I'm just saying, okay, if he is original universe Rohan, I will genuinely think this is bad if it does not tie into the overall story, because I will genuinely be upset if it's just like, oh, I just thought
literally just explain, or literally that he just says Heaven's Door allows me to transfer my mind like everything everywhere all at once into other variants of myself,
or like Scarlet Witch and Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
I actually like that movie a lot. That was I don't know why I was mocking it like that. I quite enjoyed that one. But yeah, I would think it was a very stupid decision if it doesn't somehow tie into other things in the story eventually. I would think it was just not even okay. Like how he did the world at the end of High Voltage or whatever. That was good. That tied into the plot that actually did things in the story. It wasn't just, oh guys, it's the world because he's here. It actually made sense. It tied in thematically as well. So
and it was just a dash of fan service to make it even cooler.
Fan service is good when it actually like matters to the story. But if it's just he's here now, yippee, I would think it's a dumb decision. I would think it would be a bad story beat, and I think
him getting like stranded as a thing would be kind of cool for a thing.
Yes, just as long as it like matters, as long as the actual main cast has to solve the problem or has to do something about it, I would be like, okay, that's cool. They're doing something. But if it's just that Rohan's here now and he's part of the main core cast and he's just going along with them, I would think that would be dumb. But I hope he has the integrity not to.
And then Jotaro shows up and goes, Star Platinum!
Yes. I think we've made this joke before. Once or twice, maybe.
I think we're repeating ourselves.
I think we're going insane. This chapter has caused me to go schizophrenic mode.
I felt my brain cells like, oh, and not only were they growing, trying to figure out how original universe Rohan got here, but they were also shrinking because Rohan's here.
I turned a page, and then suddenly the gun that Yuya has with using Enigma comes out of the page and shoots me. It shot me in the head, and I no longer have any frontal lobe, like the bite of 87, except
FNAF
it was a gun.
Freddy's.
Like FNAF at Freddy's.
Yeah. When are we getting Jodio to make a FNAF reference?
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. We got him playing his Fortnite at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta let's add a random like a random slot in the bingo card that just says Jodio plays Fortnite, and it's completely off the board.
No, you would call it like
anything.
Battle Royale building game.
He's gonna see Heaven's Door alter someone's properties and be like, this kind of reminds me of Minecraft and using commands.
How funny would it be if the reason Rohan's here is because he was so tired of Josuke that he took a vacation in a different universe or whatever?
Okay, I know I just mentioned how
he runs into part 8 Josuke. He's like, my name's Josuke Gashikata. Like,
okay, I would genuinely think. I know I just said I think it would be dumb if it was originally Rohan, it was nothing, but that specifically, if he was like, that's such a good idea enough that I would allow it. I would be like, okay, that's funny, that's really good, that's in character, wonderful work, Araki. Keep cooking, please continue. All right, well, that might be everything we have to say for now.
This was a little faster than usual. I mean, we were gonna have we're gonna do the questions separately because I just know that's gonna be longer, and it has stuff not related to part 9, so it was like we didn't really know if
also,
it would
to
fit
be fair, the first half of this entire chapter is just kind of a retrain of the first chapter.
Yeah.
So, but the final 4 pages were quite a lot to talk about, so I'm glad we were able to get a good amount of stuff. We have to wait a month.
I know this one feels a little more fun though, in terms of like we just get to speculate because we have the reveal, and now we just speculate what's in the future for it. Besides that, I just wanted to thank you guys for giving us feedback for what you guys are liking to see on the channel and stuff in terms of like character bios. You don't really want to see as much as like just discussion videos, so we've been recording some other discussions and stuff the last few days. Like we have part 1 stuff, part 1 retrospective, part 5 tier list, stuff like that. But also tell us whatever you want to see in the future as well.
Yeah, if you guys have any like ideas, go ahead and tell us. We need ideas. We got a whole Google Doc and everything, but we're welcome to any fun ideas that you guys have of discussions. So put a comment down below saying like, oh, I want you guys to talk about this and that and this, because that would help us a lot figure out what to do. But yeah,
any last thoughts on the chapter?
I think that I want to see more of Usagi because I think he's a funny guy, and that's pretty much that's it. I just hope he lives. I hope no one dies. Heaven's Door. I hope no one gets murdered.
Do you think everyone in the group survives this encounter? I think so.
Now that I know it's Rohan doesn't really murder people anymore. So.
No, he just punches children, but like.
Yeah, he just hits children. He's abusive and mean, but he doesn't murder people anymore. He threatened to murder Okuyasu, but that was a while ago. People change.
Yeah. That was in the 90s, bro.
We're in a new era now. Araki has written Rohan as a good guy now. He's cool. But anyways, we will see you guys next month when the next chapter drops. And
we'll also see you throughout the month for all the other videos.
Yes, but too. If anyone is just binging these episodes, then
that's true.
Which good luck on that. These are very long. I salute you, soldier. But anyways, this has been JoJo Overdrive signing off. Shake it like it's heat. Overdrive. Coming through now. Coming through now. Coming through. Watch where you're going. Overdrive. Let the downside up to top notch. Whatever haters do.